as I stood outside, more people were driving more slower than almost like a traffic jam. And I said, Sharon, something wrong in this town. Everybody stopping, looking at us. So as I'm talking with her from the window, I looked up, and do you know where I was parking?
And we are back on the Faith of Our Fathers podcast. I'm Theodore, and with me, as always, the very Reverend Orthodox Christian priest over there, Father Constantine.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
How are you tonight, sir?
Well, I am feeling much better after a couple hours of rest.
Right. Had you a nap? You're rip roaring to
Yeah, I
go?
mean, Jesus at times he had to leave his disciples and
Mm-hmm.
his followers and just go by himself uh, to contemplate and put his head on the ground and contemplate on
Yeah.
God's creation and God's wisdom and inspiration. So
Get away from all the noise.
as Jesus withdrew for that contemplation, I feel rested now that my mind is at ease. I can share something with you, and I don't know where we're going to go from here, but I am open to your question.
All right.
Or
Well,
questions.
I got a good question for you. Before I ask it, though, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, push the little bell icon on there so you don't miss anything. Um, so I don't think I've ever asked you this. When you graduated seminary, what was your first assignment, like right out of the gate? What did they have you do? And
Oh,
that would have been Metropolitan Philip would have given you these marching orders, right?
yeah, yeah. I graduated in June.
What
I
year?
mean, in May. Huh?
What year?
73.
Okay.
And after Easter, there was a convention. I mean, in the summer of June
Mm-hmm.
17, I was ordained priest.
Okay.
Okay, in at the Arges convention in New England, and I have heard by rumors, and then finally Sayyidina said, it's possible that we're going to send you to Chicago, Illinois.
Mm.
So I know about Chicago because it's a big town. That's when we arrived from the whole country. The
Right. Right.
airplane took us from New York to Chicago, Chicago to
Mm-hmm.
Omaha, and so we started looking about Chicago, learn about Chicago, where the church located, if we know some people, what are the work in Chicago,
Yeah.
just to have a knowledge about where we're going,
Yeah. Just getting a lay of the land. Yeah.
and so anyhow, after Easter, uh, we were invited to go to the archdiocese for a luncheon. And I remember Bishop Elia, he died, rest his soul, Metropolitan Elia, was there, and Father Badin, John Badin from Detroit, Michigan, that time. Few other priests
Mm-hmm.
after lunch, and my wife was with me, and we were going walking. Sayyidina loved to walk after lunch to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So he turns around and he says, Constantine, did you get my letter? I said, what letter? He said, didn't you get letter from Kathy? I says, no. From me? No. He said, well, then you should go back and talk to Kathy, the secretary. So I came back.
Okay.
My wife was there. And I said, Kathy, Metropolitan Philip Sayyidina said, I'm supposed to receive a letter from the office from him. Do you send it in the mail or you still have it? She says, no, I have it. So she handed it to me. Now I'm reading this letter, standing in front of her, and very short paragraph that I am now assigned as a pastor of St. George, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Ah. That's a
Honestly,
big swing from Chicago.
oh my gosh. And I felt like big bucket of ice fell on my shoulder. Now trying to think, where is this town?
Yeah,
Cedar
where's
Rapids,
Iowa?
Iowa. I never heard of Iowa. I was really stunned. We don't
Right.
know anybody about Iowa. So
What'd your wife
we
say?
came. My wife was really shocked. She could not wait to go to back to where we lived in Yonkers, New York, so she could talk to her family. In those days, there's no phone, no pagers,
Right.
anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we end up uh, after at coffee and so forth and so on. Uh, took the blessing and we left. And I said to Sharon, we got to stop at the first gas station we see. Maybe I could buy a
An
map
atlas.
of the United States. Of the United States.
Yeah.
So I went to a gas station in New Jersey, not too far from Brooklyn, from George Washington Bridge. They don't have one. So we passed George Washington Bridge. We end up getting closer to Younger. I stopped another place. There's no maps. Finally there was a big map on the wall, and I'm looking at the map. My wife is sitting outside in the car, and I'm looking at the map. The man comes in and says, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I'm looking for a town called Cedar Rapids, Iowa." He said, "Well, it's got to be in the state of Iowa." I said, "Where's that state of Iowa?"
Yeah,
They
right.
come pointing out between Nebraska and Illinois, that is Iowa.
Uh-huh.
And he said, if you want to look on the city, a hint for you, look on the yellow dot. If it's a large yellow dot, that means a
Hmm.
large city.
Okay,
Small.
well, that's good.
So the guy leaves me, and I'm looking to. I see Chicago that big,
Yeah, yeah.
and Rock Island this little small. See the rabbits teeny weeny.
All right.
Yeah, no, oh my gosh, what's we gonna go and see the rapids? Iowa. Omaha is the obvious big town. New York, Minnesota. See
Yeah.
the rapids, Iowa. So anyhow, when we got home, she called up her dad, told her dad, "Dad, we just got the assignment. We're not going to Chicago. We're going to Cedar Rapids, Iowa." He said, "Cedar Rapids, Iowa? What's there?"
Yeah.
I
Corn,
said, "I
wheat.
don't know, because I spoke to my brother." So she talked to her brother, Charlie, Chuck, and he talked to her. She said, "Well, we're going to go to Cedar Rapids, Iowa." He said, "Well, just give me about an hour. Let me go and do some research. What is an hour?" He goes back. He goes to the encyclopedia and read
Yeah.
about Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That's Iowa is a state that have farm corn,
Uh-huh.
uh, alfalfa, wheat, pigs, raise pigs
Eh,
and cows. That is the industries in,
yeah, right.
and they have Lake Mabry, Lake Mabry, Lake Mabry.
I can't help you at all. I don't know what anything about Iowa.
Okay, and that's all they have now. See the rabbits, Iowa. Do we know anybody see that? I don't know anybody see the rabbits.
Right.
So I said, well, that is the bishop wants us to go. We have to go. So we got instruction that our assignment to be August 14. That is the day for the clergy transfer. In those
So you got
days,
3
middle of
months, 2
August.
months?
Huh?
So you got 2 months.
Yeah. And so on the way, we got a notice that we are invited to go to Toledo, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio, in order to meet a bus with delegation coming to the convention with the youth from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. When they
Ah.
said a bus coming. I got excited because it tells me there's a vibrant parish.
Right, right.
You
Yeah,
take a
yeah.
bus
It's big. Yeah.
9, 10 hours drive. That
Mhm.
tells you something. So we went over there and we were introduced to the people, young people. They were very hospitable. I got excited to see younger generation,
Right.
really, and they were
How many
excited to
were
see
there? How many kids were
almost
there
40, 41, 42 people there,
from that
adult and
parish?
young.
Really?
Huh?
From that parish alone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
okay.
bus. Then I suppose then we met this gentleman. His name is Abe Kassir, the treasurer of the church. I mentioned his name sometime.
Mhm.
And he said, okay, here's the address. You meet me at this address, First Street and First Avenue.
At the
Somehow,
corner of First and First?
first, and uh, okay, so we go. We have another week and a half after the convention. We went to my brother-in-law, who's a priest in St. Thomas in Sioux City, Iowa. We spent a week and a half there, and then we drove back. It was in the middle of the summer,
Mm,
hot. I have
yeah.
a car, Dodge, Chrysler, but no air condition.
Oh.
So now we were traveling with shorts
Mm.
and we're getting closer to the town. We stopped at the old highway and stopped at Sinclair in those days
The
and
gas station? Yeah.
gas station. And I
Mhm.
changed my clothes, and my wife was just really sweating and so forth. She cleaned herself, and I made a phone call. Those days, you put 25 cents
Yeah.
in the booth,
Yeah, a
and
payphone.
I
Yeah.
called the gentleman. I said, we are on the way about maybe 20, 30 minutes, but we'll be there. And I thought I said First Avenue and First Street. Didn't register. So I'm driving now, and I end up stopping on First Street and Second Avenue. And I did not look. I just parked on the corner. He said, "I will
Mhm.
meet you there." So I figured, well, he will meet me now, and we're sitting in the car, and nobody, you know, I mean, I didn't see anybody coming in except I see cars slowing down in this crossroad,
Mhm.
coming this way, slowing down, going that way, slowing down, going this way. I became conscious of the fact that people, because I was dressed as a priest and
Uh-huh.
my newly bride, Sharon,
Mhm.
and I decided to open the door and stand outside. Can I? So he could see my color.
Yeah, let somebody see you. Yeah.
As I stood outside, more people were driving more slower than almost like a traffic jam.
Uh-huh.
And I said, Sharon, something wrong in this town. Everybody stopping, look at us. So as I'm talking with her from the window, I looked up, and you know where I was parking?
Where?
Adult bookstore.
Oh, no. Ah, it's hilarious, man.
Oh my God,
You're
adult
lucky
book.
that didn't make the Cedar Rapids front page
Adult bookstore.
newspaper, you know?
I sat down in the car.
And the guy that meets you, he's like, Father, why are you standing in front of
He didn't, I just, and
uh,
so I drove around. Finally, I stopped at McDonald's. I called him up. I said, I am at McDonald's. He came in, he met us. And what was was really, I sweated, I panicked. I said, what a great welcome I have.
Yeah.
And I was blind. So you have to be careful where you go, where you drive, where you stop. I
Be
mean,
aware of your surroundings. Yeah.
I know your surrounding. I did not know. I just parked the way he said to me. I just parked.
And
So,
everybody in town going,
so
look, there's a priest coming out of the adult bookstore.
advertising it,
Yeah,
selling it as
right.
a priest with a bride inside the
Yeah.
car. You know, man.
You
And
should have just started preaching on the street corners. What you should have
hellfire
done.
and damnation. That's another one.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
so we end up leaving, and then he says, "Okay, we'll take you to Best Western at the downtown river." So now uh, we get settled into the Best Western Hotel, and we go for dinner to meet the parish council and a few people. Then we go back to rest. Okay, and I could not sleep that night because early in the morning I smelled something. Smell stink. I said, Sharon, I don't know what's with the smell around here. The oak mill, you
Oak
know,
Mill?
oak mill, and also the slaughterhouse, the
Oh,
packing,
really?
not too far from each other.
Uh,
So you wake up
you're
in the
downwind
morning
of it?
and you have the wind of these two factories.
Yeah.
I said, Sharon, we are in trouble here.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to get all the incense from Iran to offer to smell.
Right in the middle. Yeah, like a stockyard. I've been to a town like
It's a
that. It's
stockyard.
pungent. Yeah.
A Quaker oat,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Quaker oats, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quaker Oats. Yeah, the
Yeah.
mill there. Yep.
And
Yeah, yeah.
and I tell you what, that was an experience
What
in itself.
what have we got ourselves into?
And we end up like the blind leading the blind, and we end up. They have a nice small parish home. I wasn't there for 1 week. My father-in-law and his Charles Islam and his wife, and rest their souls. They said we are coming to Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah, gotta have the in-laws over, right? Right when
So
you get it's
immediately they drove. We have nothing practically. Anyhow, they came to check. They stayed almost 2 nights. They said we are happy. We are satisfied that you are safe and sound. And finally, they went back. But again, we got to use to the land, the landscape,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and of course, they were very kind and generous people. We worked hard with them, doubled the church in size,
Yeah. How
and
old were you when you got your first assignment? How old?
28 years old.
28? Okay.
Uh huh. And we had our two boys who were born over there, Constantine and Philip,
Mhm.
and we learned a lot from that experience. And you know that Church of St. George in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the community has quite a few priests, uh, whether the Caceres, whether the Ruffins, the Razuk, the Abadilis. So these families are interrelated, and they are able to communicate and able to support the priest and understand the challenges the priest have. Uh,
Now
we
Father
who are
Anthony's up there.
we are those of us who are born in a family of priesthood, because living in a household of a priest and family, you learn more about the in and out, what's going on in the life of the church and the life of the
Mhm.
community, the good and the bad and indifference.
Right.
So we have little advantage over someone who embraces the faith, who has no relationship to the Orthodox Church or
Right.
family in the Orthodox Church. So it's very, very hard. But when you end up in a community where you have already big family, one priest, another family, one priest, another family, traditional Orthodox from Lebanon, from Ain
Mm,
Arab,
yeah.
the families understand the difficulties and the challenges of the priest. So they don't go but help and uplift the priest
Yeah,
and work with
right.
him. And I had a wonderful ministry over there.
How long were you there?
9 years, and
Okay.
we established the mission in Iowa City, Iowa. Uh, I reopened the church in Kearney, Nebraska. Maybe we'll speak about that later on. I opened the church in La Crosse, Wisconsin, St. Elias. We almost got killed a couple times on the highways. Me and Father Jad Michael and
Was
Mr.
that the one you put the tire on backwards?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right.
And I was the dean for the deanery and also active in the St. Ignatius. And we St. George sponsored one of the largest convention in 81. We had almost like maybe 500 to 700 people, if not more,
Really?
at the
Wow.
convention. Yes, yes, yes. And we had a wonderful family chair, George Abadili, rest his soul, and his wife. She's okay. She's alive and family. But the people of Cedar Rapids were wonderful people, and they guided me and gave me. I have the foundation. I mean, I have
Mm-hmm.
God. I have the school. I have my family. I have, but applying the ministry in a practical way,
Right.
guiding people to understand you, to help you, to guide you.
To learn how to run a parish.
It is
Yeah.
not easy, but again, I am in all my success in Oklahoma City and what I have done, really, because I found people who have uplifted my hands in the
Mm-hmm.
ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I gave lectures at Mercy College, at Co College, Cornell College. I was very active among the ministerial association
Mm-hmm.
as a priest. Has a large Islamic community from
Oh,
Lebanon.
okay.
They have a mosque. The first mosque was built west of Mississippi River,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and we get along fine with the Muslim there. And we used to have a organization to bring speakers from the Middle East to expose the conditions of the Middle East and the rights of self-determination and independence.
We
Uh,
should do that now.
well, I tried. I called Langford 3 times, not even responded.
Nah, nah.
Uh,
Yeah, he's not great. We won't get off on that though.
but I was going to say to you, uh, uh, living in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in a humble town, my children were safe. My wife is safe. The, the, the community built an extension on the house, and we started raising function money. I left the church with 300 some $1,000, with the Sunday school maybe 120. It
Yeah,
was
wow.
very active parish.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going, by the way, to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, on the 9th to marry a daughter of the mayor of the town, Nick Abu Hasli's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and he was my altar boy. Uh,
Okay. The
yeah,
mayor is? The mayor
the
was?
mayor was. He
Yeah.
came from Lebanon, could not speak English. He was just 4 years old,
Yeah.
and good family. So I'm excited to go back, but I'm not going to go to First and Second Avenue. That's for sure.
Yeah, right, right. Well, that's probably not there anymore.
I
Yeah.
went past just to see if that store is still there or
Yeah,
not.
if it is, take a picture of it. If it's there, take a picture of it and text it to me.
Ah,
Uh,
you see
I'll use
that?
that for the thumbnail. No, I won't do that.
Yeah. But
All right.
these kind of little stories, anecdotes, goes long way.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to ask you about your second assignment sometime.
Yeah, go ahead whenever you want.
All
Maybe
right.
next episode.
All right. All right, Father. Well, that was a good one. I like
No.
laughing. Uh, until next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us spread the word about the show. So, for Father Constantine, I'm Theodore, and we'll see you on the next episode of Faith of Our Fathers podcast.